It's a Total Warhead. Welcome to another Doomstack video here in a Total War Saga Troy. This one, we want to showcase the disgusting units of Memnon, and these are the Sherden, hopefully I said that correctly, Warriors. Now, the Sherden Warriors have a lot of stat boosts here. We can first start looking at its yellow stat distribution, and they do have great armor. Their morale is also above 50% here, phenomenal. Speed for a medium based unit, I think it starts at 42, definitely not in the 30s, which is good. Melee attack also above 50% here on the bar. The damage is immense. The damage is really good, and they have a bonus versus spearmen, which is really good when facing off against elite Trojan or Achaean based spearmen units like the armored spearmen and the champions of Troy. I think they're called the champions of Troy. The charge bonus is not necessarily too high, but it's a sword unit, so it's a bit better at least than some of the two-handed spear units. And then we have 2 ammunition, 2 volleys, good overall AP damage here with these precursor javelins at 22. Now, in terms of what this unit has in attributes, it has immune to flanking. Now, they will still get affected by minus 22 morale when getting flanked, but their melee defense will not be affected, so that is a huge buff. They can be surrounded and their melee defense will not drop because of that. They also have battlefield healing. Battlefield healing means that if the unit is not in combat, whatever unit model is still alive has a chance to replenish, and I think it's up to the healing cap. Now, this is extremely good, especially for heavier base units where each unit model tends to have more HP per model than, say, lightweight base units. This is a medium mass class unit, so if you look at the HP to unit size distribution, about 150 HP per unit model is a pretty good overall value. They also have immune to psychology due to the epic missions of Memnon that we completed, so they are immune to fear and terror. So if their morale gets too low, which would be very rare, they won't rout due to terror, and they won't be affected by the minus 8 morale due to the AoE of fear. And I believe that's it in terms of what the unit normally comes up with. In terms of what else the unit has been given due to stab buffs or things that I've given to the unit, they have 12% missile resistance due to the prayer to Hephaestus being active. The prayer to Hephaestus being activated, which gives 12% more missile resistance of shielded infantry units. They also have from this prayer 25% more morale. Now, if we continue through all the active prayers, I'm also affecting the enemy with minus 20% to morale, and I am making sure Memnon gains rage faster in battle, so he has 30% more rage. Additionally, if we look at what other ones we have here, Prayer of Apollo is more of a campaign-based buff. I don't really need this for battles, except if I want to lower the cost of using camp followers, which is not a bad thing, especially if we want to disable, for example, the Towers of Troy. And then we have Prayer to Poseidon that gives melee units 12% more battle speed, which is great. Now, going on to how else they're stat boosted, we have Royal Decrees that help out these units. So on the bottom left, we have Final Feast. It gives 15% more charge for all units faction-wide. We also have plus 8 armor from Master Armorers, so for all units faction-wide. Medium mass units gain 15% more melee defense and 15% more melee attack from these bottom right based Royal Decrees, Resilience, and Might. Now let me make sure I go through all of them. I don't think there's anything else here that is actually giving stab bonuses to these units. But let me make sure I'm not forgetting any others as I hover through them, so you're aware of all the information and everything that is being applied to these units in this Doomstack video. Okay, here we go. Plus 8% to battle speed of all units from the Cadence Drills Royal Decree. And that will be all of the ones that we are utilizing here stat boost wise for these units from the Royal Decrees. In terms of the other god effects that help out these units, we gotta go through each of these one by one to make sure we are capturing all of them. So nothing from Zeus, because this is just for club units and javelin units. Nothing from Hera, because I just gain more morale when defending. Ares, this one is pretty important. I think he used to buff up sword units, which is interesting that there's no buffs there for sword units. And then if we keep going, Athena buffs up shielded units with 40% more melee defense. That is humongous. And man, I'm really surprised that Ares is not buffing up any. Oh, Panic and Terror. It gives +10 to charge of all units faction wide, which is pretty damn strong to get. And then if we keep going here, of any other buffs that we are getting, no, nothing from these ones, nothing from these ones either. Artemis, these are not light mass based units, so no more extra battle speed. Okay, here we go. So Fire Touch is 600 favor or more, gives 30% more AP damage for melee units faction wide, which helps us inflict more damage in battles as well. Now, as for where else I'm getting buffs, I mean, this is just, it's a humongous amount of things that I've done. So this is Total War campaign, so there are things that I've acquired from defeating heroes that is helping my units out. So if I keep going down, let me see which ones of these apply for these sword units. So defeating Hippolyta gives 20% more charge for all units in this army, which is really powerful. Plus 10% more morale for defeating Hector. That morale cannot be understated. That is also extremely valuable. And then from defeating Achilles, we're actually applying a minus 10% to morale of all units in the region where he's standing. So this will negatively affect the enemy. And then let's keep going. No, I think none of these other ones actually help these units. Except I know I do have Reckless. Let me look at which other ones are here. So if we keep going, Sailor, Reckless. So Reckless at tier 1, wait, if you suffer high casualties in multiple excuse me, damn, in multiple battles, you can gain 3% to damage of all units and plus 7% to charge of all units. I also got Steadfast from winning multiple defensive battles. That's 3% more melee defense. And then from Exemplary, from achieving a heroic victory, I am gaining minus 10% to morale of enemy units. Also another great thing to have for affecting the AI. And I think that will be it from details. In terms of equipment, I do have the Pharaoh's Writ, which is Memnon's unique item that gives +5 to melee attack of all units in this army. I do have 2 items that give more charge for all units, the Blowing Conch and the Bullhorn. These are just captured from acquiring settlements, defeating heroes that have them. That's plus 35% more charge of all units. And then I have plus 5% to melee attack of sword units from the Cult Idol statue of Ares. And then plus 10% to AP damage of melee units from the Cult Idol statue of Hephaestus. In terms of skills, I do have superior weapons melee, 12% more damage for shielded infantry units. And I also have plus 15% more melee attack for sword units there. Now, if I keep going up, I don't think I have anything else here that is buffing up these units overall. Nope, that will be it. So that should be all of the buffs that are being given to this unit at this time. So I want to showcase this Doomstack this Doomstack on a battle. So we're gonna attack Troy, and before doing so, I also like to do this by basically affecting the enemy army as much as possible. So I'll lower the morale and battle speed of the army with the Gorgon. The Satyr can lower the melee attack and cause fatigue for melee units faster in battle against these guys. And then the Orion can make sure that this guy gets murdered. So now there's actually that makes things a little bit better for me, or better for the AI, because now he has, I believe, 2 heroes. Let me see. Actually, no, this is actually one of the sword units. Okay, yeah, got confused there. And then the Seer cannot do anything. And it seems that if enemy hero gets killed, you can pop Hephaestus and apply negative effects to this unit. Didn't see anything happen. Interesting, I never thought about that. So we're ready to engage Troy and have some fun. Troy has been, or these units have been heavily affected by the debuffs from those epic heroes. I can get some siege towers, make it a little bit more epic of a battle, but we'll climb the walls to make things a bit more interesting. Definitely we want to disable the enemy tower, so we're gonna get the Lotus Merchant, which is really gonna help us out. And we're not gonna do any sieging to get any of these towers or the battering ram. Let us just begin this battle and have some fun. Okay, to begin this battle, we're gonna distribute everybody across all of these walls. Now, one negative thing though is as we're going up, I don't want to be interrupted by terrain, which is definitely possible given what's going on across at least this area. So maybe I want to move these units over to this front, which they'll still be interrupted per se, but I think it'll be a bit better for me if I actually put these guys like this. We're gonna get the one weakness that we have though is how much damage we're gonna take from all of the missiles. We'll see how bad this goes. I think we're gonna do okay. Let's go. Move forward. So just make sure that we speed up units, all of these guys up this way. Yeah, so we're getting shot at the moment. Good thing is that the archers are at the front line, so I have to manage against them. Alright, let's go.
Your ladders have a foothold.
Now, a good thing that we have though is Truce. Truce is a skill that I selected in order to greatly help our melee defense as we're climbing up these walls, and then lower the melee attack of the AI as we're climbing, so we'll potentially be able to sustain a little bit better as we get up above. Now, what we're going to be heavily affected by is how much damage we're taking from the missiles. And right now, where we're climbing here, we're actually getting heavily affected by that aspect.
I will not fail.
Your hero is under attack.
Hardened warriors, halt for the glory of Egypt. Hardened warriors.
Here, it's better to just drop this down like this.
Send them to Osiris! Slay them all! Send them to Osiris! Destroy them! The Duat awaits! Servants of Memnon! King of Ethiopia!
Drop down.
Son of the dawn!
This is good. There's a lot of melee units here, and we're gonna help our own units greatly. Let's get down.
Unflinching in battle!
Let's move these guys out this way.
Drag them down!
And then what I want to do is,
Warriors of the sun!
we have a couple of things here that we can use.
Vanquish them! Consider it done.
So I want to go here, pop this on this unit so they turn around,
Honor and victory! The Duat away!
and I can attack them.
Send them to Osiris!
And you can attack this general. Here.
Strike them down!
You have captured the enemy tower.
Overrun them! On Memnon! Honor and victory! Warriors of the sand! Slay them all! Desert warriors! For the glory of Egypt! No quarter! The Duat awaits!
And which units are heavily affected here stat-wise? Let me see. Alright, let's come right here. We can get a good amount of healing on some of these units. And now we have a foreign curse. So this is heavily going to affect the stats of all these enemies by lowering their armor, melee defense, and melee attack. And then here, I can pop a Herakian bowl of the enemy.
Egyptians, march! Move it! Memnon! To victory! Your destiny, warriors of Egypt! Destroy them!
Hell?
Blood! No quarter! Spill blood! Servants of Memnon! Destroy them! Of your dignity to battle! Anubis judge you! Warriors of Egypt! Honor and victory! Spill blood!
Alright, I'm getting close to popping their Aristea. It's not really doing anything.
Anubis judge you! Send them to Osiris!
See if I can bring these guys back up.
Sons of Egypt! That will claim you! We stand ready! Anubis judge you!
Pop this so we can get back the stamina. And then we have another truce. Nominal.
Understood. Attack! No quarter!
Drop down.
Ready for war! Destroy them! Get back to our side! I shall.
So let me get out of this pile. Let me see how I get out of this friggin' pile. It looks like Mission Impossible. I do have the Aristea at the moment.
End them! As commanded. I shall. As you wish. Warriors of Egypt! Overrun them! Understood. Consider it done.
Okay, very good.
Sons of Egypt!
Okay, all of you, let me look at this. How many units are here?
To battle! Warriors of Egypt! Offer no quarter! Honor and victory! Strike them now! Warriors of the sands! Match them! I shall, as commanded. Death will claim you! Understood. Consider it done. Destiny is
Pop that
at
there.
hand.
Oh, that's the combat potential. Well, that was fast.
Champion of Ethiopia.
Okay.
Searing light of the dawn. In Memnon's name.
And that will be it.
Memnon.
So we were able to win the wall climbing engagement against all of these units, which is probably the hardest part of the game to actually pull off. Especially with the climbing and losing your stamina as you're climbing it. So that will be it. I mean, the units were out like at half health, and even right now you can see that they're actually replenishing. And with that, let's see how much health we have after taking the settlement. So we didn't take that many enough losses to actually lose. I forgot what the threshold is. The units that were lost in the battle. So with that, we're done. I really want to thank you for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye bye.